reward something, you get more of the behavior you want. If you punish something, you get less of it. So they replicated the experiment in India roughly as follows. Small performance, low performance, 2-week salary, medium performance, about a month's salary, high performance, about 2 months' salary. Okay, so those are real good incentives. Okay, so you're going to get a different result here. Well, what happened, though, was that the people offered the medium reward did no better than the people offered the small reward. But this time around, the people offered the top reward. They did worst of all. Higher incentives led to worse performance. With this is that it actually isn't all that anomalous. This has been replicated over and over and over again by psychologists, by some extent by sociologists, and by economists. If-then rewards, carrots and sticks, outstanding. But when the task gets more complicated, when it requires some conceptual, creative thinking, those kinds of motivators demonstrably don't work. I think too often when we're in management and leadership positions, we tend to go crazy on the idea of how. Here's how you do it. When we're teachers or trainers, here's how you do it. Here's how you do it. Here's how you learn. Let me explain how to do it. Oh, no, here's how you have a crucial confrontation. Here's how you have a crucial conversation. Here's how you do it. Here's how you do it. And we lose sight on why. Why are we doing it in the first place? Why does it even matter? Why is it significant? And my experience over the last 15 years of interviewing people about their work is people are yearning for that sense of why.
After being gone for months on end and being pushed to my limits both mentally and physically every single day, the money and the career opportunities started fading away, and it wasn't as important to me as it initially was. And I started to think, why? Why am I doing this? And then I started to realize that over time I was learning more about myself, and I started to realize what actually truly meant to me. And it was to make others proud, like my family and friends, and to serve others was a big core to myself. And I was doing this not for me, but for other people, was a big why. And the money and everything just wasn't as important.
There's a rich body of evidence that shows that people will often, not always, do something because it's the right thing to do.
So I was on a ruck march one time in infantry school, and we were going on about a 12-mile ruck march, and at 1 in the morning, and it sucks. It's sucking real bad. There's a guy who actually passed out from the heat and dehydration and went to the hospital. There's a guy in front of me who was kind of stumbling around and just kind of falling to the back, and I was like, I kept encouraging him, like, hey, let's go, man, you can do it, you're doing good, we're almost there, because we only have 2 miles left to go. And if you didn't pass this ruck march, you were going home. You wouldn't pass. And there's people behind me and stuff getting, frustrated because it's creating a slinky effect. Like, he would slow down and fall back, and then he'd run ahead, so everybody else would have to run. And so people were getting fed up and just like, hey, just let him drop out. Like, why you keep pushing him if he's not going to make it? And I said, we need to encourage each other instead of discourage one another, because we're teammates. We're all here for the same reason, so we need to push each other through it. And so I was like, hey man, you can do it. And he started falling back more and more. So eventually I just put my hands on his rucksack and started pushing him forward to help push him through, the last mile. And to me, I feel like that was just motivation for myself, because he's my battle buddy. I don't want him to fall out. We just went through months together through the toughest shit we've gone through, and I didn't want him to fail on the last mile because he couldn't do it.